Hi everyone and welcome to a special edition of Talks with Noelle, the show where we deep dive into meaningful, powerful conversations with those that are changing our community, our society and our creativity. I'm your host as always, Noelle Francesca, the queen of the airwaves, and today I am glad you guys are here because I am joined by the winners of Miss Ghana 2025. So today's episode is an episode you don't want to miss. We will uncover the inspiring journeys of the Miss Ghana 2025 winners, the leadership behind the pageant, and we will celebrate culture, womanhood, and the legacy of the longest running Black and ethnic minority pageant in the UK. I've sat down today in Soapbox Studios. Shout out to Soapbox Studios for sponsoring today's episode. So before we go any further, let me just introduce the ladies that I am sitting here with. So today we'll be diving into the world of Miss Ghana UK, a celebration of heritage, talent and resilience. This year's theme was Cocoa, past, present and future, and the role of women. This highlights not only Ghana's rich cocoa legacy, but the incredible role the women played in shaping its story. These women will share their journeys, their experience, and what it truly means to represent Ghanaian culture in the diaspora. So my first guest is Priscilla Boatin-Not, a dynamic healthcare professional and an advocate for empowerment. At just 29 years old, Priscilla has combined her passion for health, leadership and personal growth into an aspiring career. She holds an undergraduate degree in adult nursing and a master's in project management. Clack it. Skills that have allowed her to lead teams, communicate effectively with people from all walks of life, and make confident, impactful decisions. Currently, Priscilla serves as a senior staff nurse in a surgical ward, guiding her team to ensure patients receive the best care, understand their recovery journey and feel supported every step of the way. Her unique blend of clinical expertise, leadership experience and dedication to empowering others has shaped her into the remarkable young woman she is today. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Priscilla.
Thank you. I need you to walk around me all the time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Our second guest for today is Efia Shimona, a 30-year-old Ghanaian descent who blends creativity with business, a Plymouth University graduate in business management. Efia has built a career in retail operations and logistics, where she focuses on creating sufficient processes and supporting teams to deliver their best. Her background in the creative arts shapes how she approaches problem solving with innovation, fresh perspectives, and outside of the box thinking. Beyond her career, Efia is an avid traveler, finding inspiration in cultures around the world. She's transformed her love for baking into a thriving business. In this episode, we explore her journey of balancing creativity, business, and passion, and hear how she's turning personal interests into meaningful ventures. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Efia.
Wow. Yeah, my growth price just went up.
Best tell me. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, my last and final guest, last but not least, is Mavis Osei, a powerhouse with over 25 years of dedicated service to empowering women, uplifting youth, and celebrating Ghanaian heritage in the UK. As the CEO of Miss Ghana UK, she has transformed the pageant into a platform that inspires talent, leadership, and cultural pride amongst young women. Beyond the pageant, Mavis is a passionate advocate for health, well-being, and mentorship. Beyond her brand and through her brand, May & Co Activewear, she leads initiatives for women 40 plus, fostering confidence, fitness and holistic wellness. She serves on the Ghana Union Board and has closely worked with Ghana High Commission and Miss Ghana UK Foundation. Over the years, Mavis has met high-profile leaders, including Ghanaian presidents, the Asante Hene and the Asante Hima, and King Charles and Queen Camilla. Her work leaves a lasting legacy of cultural leadership, empowerment, and community development. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the show Mavis Osei, Priscilla Boatin-Not, and Efia Shimona. Woo. Wow. Now that we've got through your interests and your profiles. Hi guys.
That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
No. Got there in the
Watch
end.
out the squirrel.
Okay. How are you doing? Welcome to Talks with Noelle. How are you doing, guys? How's your day been?
I'm tired.
Okay.
Work this morning started at 7 o'clock, so we're doing a long run today. But now, all good though. Thank you for having us.
Lovely. Priscilla, how are you doing?
Same. Started at 7, can't lie, finished at 2, so I got a little rest, and then I'm here now today. So
Lovely. And of course, Queen
I'm
Mavis.
fortunate enough to have Fridays to do my admin.
Must be nice, isn't it?
It's like working from home.
Must be nice. All right, so basically today we just want to come and talk about the Miss Ghana UK experience. I mean, I'm sure before you guys applied, maybe you would have heard stories of what it's like, the perception that people have of it. So we're just going to come and debunk any rumors, and just, you guys can tell us what it's like because you guys have done it. So you know what the experience was like. So, but before we get into there, I just want to get the vision behind Miss Ghana out there. So Mavis, I'll start with you.
Okay.
What inspired you to create Miss Ghana UK, and what gap were you hoping to fill with the Ghanaians in the diaspora community?
Okay, so as you said, I've been around it for nearly 25 years. However, Miss Ghana's 33 years.
Oh, wow.
So I did not start it. I was around the time that it started because we were youthful at the time. That's when we started doing Ghana independence.
Okay.
And we were 18-year-olds at the time in the early 90s where we used to just do independence. And through independence, the Miss Ghana UK was created as a separate platform, but it wasn't on the level that it is today or when we got involved.
Okay.
So the DJ Francis, all the people that started this process, they're there. If they didn't have the vision at the time, we wouldn't be here today.
Love that.
So respect them. I got involved in Miss Ghana UK, I think 2002.
Okay.
And my vision at the time, I think Miss Ghana was really costly at the time. So, and I always I grew up in the UK from the age of 10.
Okay.
Fortunate for us, we kind of had that half Ghanaian upbringing for some of us in the early 90s. So we realized that there are people that are born here that haven't had that privilege that we've had with our culture, our heritage, even the language, because I learned to speak, obviously, when I was growing up in Ghana as a child. So we wanted to bring that cultural element and mix the two cultures. We're westernized, but at the same time, we need to make sure that, as in Sankofa, go back to our roots. So I got involved so that we could do that, find a balance between the two. Bringing our culture, our heritage, and it's rich. It's so rich. Who wouldn't want to be part of it?
I mean, I love being Ghanaian. I mean, I love other cultures as well. But if I was to come back, I'd want to be Ghanaian. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Again.
And how has the mission for Miss Ghana UK evolved over the years?
I think the core of it has stayed the same. With everything else over the years has developed and evolved. So. With Miss Ghana UK from onset, the first one we did, I think the theme was Adinkra symbols. Okay. Everybody heard of what Adinkra symbols were, but they didn't really know. So our first one was each contestant had to choose a symbol and relate it to themselves. So if you had Jinyame, why is God so important to you? Sankofa, why do you want to go back and collect? We have to think about the past in order to move forward. So, and that's how it started. So for me, we used the theme to educate. Not just the contestant, but the community as well. Not just our community, the external community. Because it's not just Ghanaians that come to Miss Ghana UK. Yep. We're fortunate enough to have so many different, the young ladies have friends that are not Ghanaian. Yeah. They have family members. So we're teaching the contestants themselves as well as the Ghanaian community, as well as the external community. So it's about educating. People look at Miss Ghana or pageants and they're like, oh my God, the girls are parading themselves. But that element is minute. I think the only part that is really pageantry is the swimwear. That was it. That's like 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's the educational part of it for me. And I'm not going to sit here and claim that I know everything about Ghana because I'm not. I've spent over 40 years of my life in the UK. So I was privileged enough to have 10 years of my life to have certain things. But what I don't know, we bring people in to come and give us that education. So this year's theme, as you said, was Cocoa. Why did we choose Cocoa? Is because in 2023, when we last went to Ghana, the then Queen, we had the privilege of being invited to a niche cocoa chocolate factory. Okay. In a free zone in Tema. And the factory was closed, so we literally were there. We had a tour, and when we finished it, we went through the whole process of the cocoa pod, chocolate, all the different things they're doing, the beauty products that's now, and we were fortunate enough to sit down with the CEO, and he told us his journey. So while we were sitting, we were like, okay, the next one definitely has to be cocoa. And fortunately for me, yet again, I am from a cocoa background. My grandmother was a cocoa farmer.
Oh, wow.
She won best cocoa farmer in the Half-a-Wheat region.
Okay.
May she rest in peace, my idol. So I grew up in, Silla as well. Her father had a farm, cocoa farm in Sewem.
Wow.
And so we're from. So when I was younger, I was in Kumasi, but the long back I used to go to Goso.
Right.
In a Half region. And I was able to go farming. I was able to go to the cocoa farm. Grandmother had acres and acres of it. Until today, it's still in the family. My aunties are now looking after it. So
I love that.
It was really about educating people and the story of cocoa, because gold is one of the, I think if gold is number one commodity, or cocoa is the number one commodity in Ghana, it sustains Ghana. Without cocoa, Ghana wouldn't be where it is.
Yep, and we wouldn't have our chocolate.
Not just chocolate. Your cocoa
butter.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even be able to cream, guys.
I
wouldn't be able to cream, like, come on.
So when we came back, unfortunately, the show didn't happen for about a bit, and then this year we're like, okay, the theme needs to come through. We need to do this. And it was hard. How do we put that together? Because cocoa is such a hard area. We've done icons, we've done festivals, we've done See Ghana, Wear Ghana, but cocoa is such a niche that we had to make sure that we put it together in a way that, as long as that it was interesting and exciting, and as well as being educational.
I love that.
And I think we achieved that.
Yeah, definitely.
And the feedback has been positive. One of the best shows that people have been to, so.
Amazing. I'm so upset I missed the show though.
I know.
You'll be there next year. It's fine.
Yeah, like I travelled, I landed, and I was telling Mavis, like, I don't think I'm she's like, even if you land at 10 and you get that 11, it's fine. But when I landed, my body said, hey. I said, yeah. But I've seen good reviews online about this year's pageant in particular, so that's good to know.
Like the week before, I was like, hey, these girls, please don't come and embarrass us now. But on the day,
I love that. And how has the Miss Ghana pageant contributed to preserving, and promoting the Ghanaian culture amongst the second and third generations Ghanaian, aside from the things that we learn from the pageant?
I think it definitely has, because my thing with it is that it's the educational side, and it's exciting. You get young ladies in the community participating, taking part and learning, and also feeding that back to their family members. And I think outside probably party in a park now, people look forward to coming to Miss Ghana because they know what they're getting when they come to the show.
That's amazing.
And then once you out there and people hear Miss Ghana UK, they're like, wow, like the excitement, you can see the excitement.
Yeah.
So for me, and my thing with all Miss Ghana UK is, even if I see one girl develop during that journey, I think I've achieved my purpose. And I've seen so many. Like, we went to a dinner last Friday or the Friday before, and the girl that I sat with was Yvette, and she did Miss Ghana in 2002 when I first did it.
Oh, wow.
That's 20-something years ago.
Wow. Wow, it shows, longevity.
Some of the people that that have participated.
Oh, yeah.
The there's so many.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I get so excited when I run into somebody that did the show in 2007 or 2022. Like, wow, my God, what are you doing? And now everybody's now having children. You're like, wow, I feel like a mom. I feel like an auntie.
I love that. And obviously, putting together a pageant is never easy. So what are some of the challenges in running, this pageant, and how do you overcome it?
I think one of the biggest things is always going to be finance. Without finance is always difficult, because unfortunately for Miss Ghana, it's not a product what you can sell to people. It's a charity thing. So we rely heavily on sponsorship.
Right.
Even ticketing is not the biggest sponsorship that carries, because it's not a cheap show. Think about venue, everything that we have to go into. And I think personalities when it comes to some of the girls, because we always have people that come through and think that they already know everything. And I always say to the girls, even over the years, I always see that the winners kind of take a back seat somehow because they've got the title and they really don't want to do much.
Yeah,
and
I've
you
seen
see that
that.
the second and third are the ones that really, you see
more.
the difference.
Yeah.
And it saddens me. And I always say that I wish the platform that they have, they really utilize it, because just a little step and you can gain so much.
Yeah.
And I pray and I continue to pray that it happens. The second runners up and the third runners up, they always pull through. But the queens, I think once they win it, they become a bit not reserved, they become a bit
On the queen
entitled. Like, I'm here now, so... Oh, we've had some really good queens as well. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I've had some really good queens that, like... And I think the age of social media, everyone wants to use social media as a tool.
Right, of
to
course.
get away with nonsense.
Of course. Well, the way they're laughing, we won't go into that. But yeah, ladies, over to you. So, let's start from the beginning. What inspired you guys to enter Miss Ghana UK 2025? What has that journey meant to you personally? Any of you can start.
Okay, for me,
I'll go after.
joining the journey of Miss Ghana UK was setting a foundation and an inspirational path for others.
Okay.
Because it's very rare that you see somebody that you know that's doing something and you see them successful at it. So I always knew that going and being a part of Miss Ghana would enable me to be put in rooms that I wouldn't be able to get in day to day. Last Friday I was sitting next to a politician and taking pictures. I'm sitting there with Her Excellency trading numbers with these people, and I'm like, my phone book, that one, dear, now. So with everything that I set out and wanted to do, now I've got the opportunity to actually successfully execute it.
I love that.
And it's an amazing journey because I found and centered myself, grounded myself, and I had to go in as a blank canvas because you've been raised in a household, but you think you know Ghana. Don't worry. you don't know anything. So it's a continuous learning path, and everybody's aspects and interpretations of Ghana comes out, and you just learn so much from each other.
I love that. And for you, Priscilla?
I'm going to tell, it's not really that funny, but a small story is that when I was younger and I went to Ghana in 2009, I don't remember, a long time ago, I remember seeing Miss Ghana back in Ghana, and I was like, I want to do Miss Ghana. Like, they're so like, oh, nice and fabulous and pretty. And I remember I named my YouTube name Miss Ghana 2010.
Right.
So I was like, okay, maybe one day. I never did it. And then this year I said, I'm stepping out and I'm doing things that make me uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable. You're going to be in front of a lot of people. You have to show confidence. You need to be eloquent. You need to know what to say, how to talk. And I said, you know what? If I can do it and I can become successful from this, I can also encourage other people to do it too.
Right.
I'm really passionate about health, but I feel like I don't have that platform yet.
Right.
I'm not really, like when she was saying I'm soft-spoken, I'm not really like out there and speak this. I like to keep to myself. I said, you know what, this can actually be a platform to open up and let other people like not feel shy or not feel like scared to talk about their health. I think is very a taboo thing in our community. So I said, let me use this as a platform and say, you know what, it's not a bad thing that you're going through this. You don't need to suffer it in silence, especially all the Ghanaian women. Our mothers, our grandmothers, they'll go to work, but something wrong with their foot. They'll go to this, and it just prolongs and actually becomes an illness and sickness. And I actually wanted to be like, you know what, this needs to stop. So with Miss Ghana UK, I think it's important that even through my speech, someone could be sitting in the audience and you're like, you know what, actually, I need to maybe speak to someone or do this or do that. So that was one of my reasons to be a voice for someone that can also like relate to me as well. Like, okay, she's quiet, she's shy, but she still can like make an impact.
Right.
So like make an impact in the community and also step outside my comfort zone. And that's what I'm doing right now.
I love it. Well done, ladies. Amazing work.
you.
So now let's talk a little bit about the day. How did you guys balance the pressure of the competition and staying true to yourself? Because I think, was it the 2-week rehearsal before the show, right?
Yeah.
I came and I sat there and I was watching everybody and I was like, yeah.
Could I do this?
I was like, yeah, man. I was watching you guys dance and I was like, okay. And like through the dances, I could see a little bit of everybody's personality. I was like, okay, cool. But like, I remember that afterwards when we spoke to you guys and everyone was giving advice. And I remember, I think Andy said, they're not your friends. literally is a competition. So they are not your friends. You're there to compete. They might be nice, but you're not friends. So how did you guys balance, you know, the pressure of it's a competition? I'm not gonna come and overdo. I'm just gonna be myself. What was that like?
Do you know what it was? Leading up and as the weeks were getting on, the pressure was getting worse. You go into a pageant and you have expectations of being very like walking, showing the angles.
Yeah.
But it was the journey of the studying, knowing your facts, knowing what you're going into, being prepared, all the things you have to have, just overall production of yourself,
Right.
as well as knowing what you're doing. So along the journey, when you're learning things and you're told you have to do a group work, does anybody like group work? Let's be very frank.
No, because one person always lets you down.
Exactly. So when it was an individual that you know you can execute yourself, you had to put that trust in your fellow sisters to ensure that it was executed to the T. And in that group, you wanted to be the number one. You wanted to show out.
Yeah.
So everybody had to come correct. And then you had past, present, and future.
Right.
Those of us that had the past, we were like, do you know what? This is nice. This is easy. Past of Coco, there's so much information.
Right.
But then when we put it together, we said, hey, if we're doing the past and there's the older generation, we have to get this right.
Yep.
The information that we're providing and that we're giving out, it has to be 10-10. Otherwise, they're going to come and call us out.
Yep.
So along the journey, the pressure was getting worse. But it was nice that we had our mentors that we could go to and have that wound down time. Those that had already participated and those that had been on the journey, whether it be helping or whatever their roles were within the Miss Ghana UK Foundation, to just centre us and be like, right, this is what you have, this is what you need to do, how are you feeling, where are you at? So it gave us a little bit of a pillow in that sense to just make sure that there was comfort there. But amongst all the rest of us as well, I think generally as women, unintentionally, there's a comparison.
Of course.
You see somebody doing something, you see somebody looking a certain way, and you start to compare yourself. And I think the deeper we got into the journey was like, we're actually very much individual and we all have our own strengths and we need to capitalize on those strengths. But it took a lot of weeks for some of us to get there and just be like, do you know what? This is me. I'm not looking at A, I'm not looking at B, I'm not looking at 1, 2, 3. This is what I'm strong at and this is what I need to execute. So, yeah.
I love that. And for you, Priscilla, how did you mentally and physically prepare for the pageant? Because you said, you know, naturally you're very reserved, you're very shy, and now you're coming to do this, you're going to be seated in front of, I don't know, 5, 6, 7,000 people. So how did you prepare?
Well, actually, I'm going to pick up my friend on this. Her name's Sarah. She watches a lot of pageants, so she was very into it. She told me how to walk. I mean, Auntie Mavis and Auntie Stella, all of them, they taught us, but behind closed doors, she showed me YouTube videos, how like they speak. So that was one of the things, just like watching it and actually saying it to her. And even when I was saying it to her, I was like, I'm a bit shy, like, I'm a bit awkward. But I think the more I said it, the more I became more comfortable.
Right.
And then when I was in rehearsals, I remember I was like, you just have to pretend that it's the real show. Because even everyone else is the way everyone watches you when it's your turn, like, and I was number one. I was contestant number one because apparently I'm the shortest. I don't know. That's not apparently it's a rumor. But anyway, so I was contestant number one. I was like, every single time I'm the first one to do this. So if I mess up, someone will be like, you see that mess up? I'm not gonna do it like how she does it. I'm gonna walk it this way. So I think even me being number one, I guess everything happens for a reason. It just made me feel more confident, like set pace per se. And I think I just had to, every time I went to rehearsals, I just saw it as like, this is the real thing. Right. If you feel shy in front of these people, my dear, it's going to be peak when you go in there, your legs will start shaking. So I think that's what I did, just put my mindset like, this is the real thing. And as it came closer, Auntie Mavis kept saying, guys, you need to start doing it as if it's a real thing, stop messing about, stop doing this. So me having that mindset really helped. And I think I just had to tell myself, like, this is one day, enjoy the day. Yep. I think when you're shy and all of this stuff, you feel like you kind of miss out and then you forget that it's actually a really nice fun day and it goes so quickly. So what helped me is like, this is still fun. Like, you're representing your country, you know so much about your country, so have fun. And I think that's what helps me have fun throughout, because on that day I was still shy, but I said, this is actually, wait, let me start, man. Hold on, I know a little bit something about Ghana, this is fun. So repeating it to myself, repeating it to my family members, seeing it as is the day and rehearsals, and also having fun. So that's what helps me a lot.
I love that. So behind the scenes, and any of you can answer this. I mean, okay, from a leadership perspective, behind the scenes, what was the most challenging thing for you? Because obviously the girls that come in every year is a new set of girls, different personalities, different attitudes, different temperaments. So what's one of the most challenging things about when you're with the girls, or when the rehearsal process starts?
When it starts, I think it's everyone being available.
Okay.
Because when one person or two people are not available, it's almost like we're going backwards the following week.
Right, got it.
So getting everyone in a room, even remember we're doing a photo shoot. We couldn't do the times that we're meant to do it because this one will be available, that one is not available. And for us to do the shoot, everybody needed to be there.
Right.
So, and then this year as well, when we started, a couple of people had to drop out because of health reason, because of death. So we then had to fill it with different people.
Okay.
So that was the challenge at the beginning. But I think towards halfway through, I think probably the talent. Because we're trying to still work out. Like, they'll bring something one week, we're like, no. No.
You're not going to go on stage and do this one.
There's no gelling.
No.
Can we go back to the drawing board? Bring something else next week. So, but I always have confidence that as much as rehearsals sometimes look like it's not coming together, I know, like, when's the last rehearsal? Or the one before the Sunday, I think, I was like, looking, I was thinking, oh, bloody hell. I know that these girls are going to pull it off on Sunday. We all like, a team, we're like, and sometimes it looks like, because I always say to the girls, the first 8 weeks, probably 7-8 weeks is fun. But it gets to a point where we get serious and it becomes serious. And I give a warning. I said, we're going to pull you up. You're going to think we're bad people, especially me. Because I tend to be the one that has to give the harsh word. Everybody else would be like, oh, no. But I'm the one that, they call me, some of the team members called me head teacher. And it's been a thing because it gets to a point when we do have to get serious because time is not on our hands. So I take that role. And I've had to take it because nobody else is willing to do it. I don't mind being a bad person, but genuinely, I actually take care of the girls. I'm not doing it because I'm being nasty to them individually. It's because we have a purpose. We need to this needs to be done. But if anything is happening, they're having any issues, they're able to come to us. And the good thing with Miss Ghana is that we have a team of about 12, 13 people. So we give the girls individually have a mentor. So 2 girls might have 1 mentor. So anything that they have behind the scenes, they can go to them. And if it's anything more serious, then it comes to us. So we've done that because we feel like, I've been doing this for so long, and you tend to spot the issues the girls are having outside. And that affects what they're doing inside the show. So you pick it up, and so I could see something that the mentor hasn't seen. And I called the mentor and I said, you know what, pull her up, talk to her. Something's going on. And then they'll go and speak to them and they'll find out, this is what's going on at home or something. So we're mothers, we're counsellors, we're school teachers, we're everything rolled into one. But we do have to take some, make some decisions that might not be nice at times. But it's not because we're being nasty people, it's because we want to see you do better. We know something, you're capable, your capabilities, you can see it. And some people come and already know what they want, so they don't want to listen because they already won. And those people never win because it's the truth. I have never come across one person that's coming to do Miss Ghana UK that doesn't want to listen to instructions. We're telling you, we're giving you advice, and they think, oh, I can walk, I can do this. They never reach top 5. And the good thing for Miss Ghana as well, we don't even tell the judges they're going to be judges. We invite people, we have a profile, and you get there, we said, right, you're going to be judging today.
Oh, mad. Wow.
And at the end of the table, you have the Excel spreadsheet already set up. So as soon as the score sheets happen, it goes straight to the end of the table. Hey, our Excel teacher.
Oh, you have it, Cheryl.
That's a maths genius. He knows Excel like... So she's already got Excel prepared. Put the numbers in. It's done in 5 seconds.
I love that.
So we are able to... It's real time. So we're able to tell by the end of the evening, we already know who the top 5 is going to be because they've collected the sheets and they've done it.
I love that.
So it's
efficiency.
Real, I can see that.
Efficiency. So for you ladies, was there a moment backstage or during the competition that you were like, yes, I deserve to be here? Did you guys have that moment? When was it?
After my swim walk.
Oh, your swim, it was that fire, yeah?
I can't lie, I said, when I got off, I said, I bodied that one.
I love that.
You know what? I said, when I did this with the cat, I said, I can't even, like, it was, when that happened, I said, you know what? I actually feel like I have a really good chance. I feel like I engaged with the crowd.
Right.
I did something different. I had an accessory. I did my walk. I wasn't looking down. My 3 points. I said that one it has to get me somewhere. So I said that one. Then also when I answered the question, when we did the traditional wear, and I answered it and I gave a little background story. I said, please, this one I even gave you points, evidence, explanation. What more do you want from me? So I'm hoping like, okay, you know what? I do deserve to be in this court. That sounds very big-headed, but sometimes you have to big yourself up. So I just thought, from there it was the question and answer and the swimsuit walk. That was my
I love that. And for you, Afia?
It was when I spoke to my mentor and I broke down my vision for the night, like what I wanted to do, what I wanted to accomplish, and what like my outfits and stuff were going to look like. The thumbs up that she gave me, I said, yeah. I said, yeah, don't worry, this one.
Shout out to Cecilia.
Shout out to Cecilia. Got it in the bag. And then, bless my partner, when it came to speeches, because we had to condense our speech into 1 minute.
Okay.
We had to say everything in 1 minute. And a lot of us, even if we can talk a lot. So how do you execute and get everything you want to say in a minute speech? This one, you'll say, do your speech. Say it backwards. Then he'll say it to me and he'll miss out a line, so I have to correct him so that he knows that I know the speech. Yeah. And I'm like, yay, yay, yay. Having to remember the speech. And I was like, okay, I'm comfortable. But how comfortable am I going to be when I'm on that stage and everybody else is reading their speeches? Because even me, I was the last one. Oh, gosh. On the day, I was the last one out of the top 5 to say my speech. So everybody was going. And I'm just standing there holding my posture, smiling. My cheeks are even doing this.
What was the posture? Let me see the posture. What was it like?
Show us.
The posture
first one up
by 2 o'clock. And he said,
wait, you're also holding something.
I'm holding the certificate. So I was doing this, and I was smiling, and the cheeks were just doing this. I was like, I cannot let my face fall. So yeah, I think the go from Auntie Cecilia and my partner just drilling that speech into me, because nobody knows your speech. So if you mess up, you continue. But I felt like for me it was so important just to get those points across, because I had already condensed what I wanted to say. I needed to make sure that it hit home. Like, I am the drumbeat of my ancestors and the voice of my future. Like, you had to know that. You had to know that. So yeah.
I love that. Amazing. Okay. Wow. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, in fact, before we move to culture and identity, what was your favourite section of the competition? Priscilla, I'm guessing it's swimwear, because the way you said you came out and you just knew, what was it? Was it evening wear, traditional, talent, Q&A, speeches? Like, what was it?
It was the talent.
Okay, what did you do?
We did pass, so me and Shemina were in the same group.
Okay. Okay, and what did you guys do? Like, just for someone that didn't attend the show, so just run me through your talent.
I think our talent was quite beautiful. So it was a mixture of dance, acting, and spoken word. So I was like the cocoa farmer, one of the main ones, and I did a spoken word because I do spoken word. Nice. Shemina did ballet. Okay. Fantastic. And Abigail did acting, but we all did it all together, and it was so beautiful that when I was waiting for them to do their part, I almost cried, because I was wait, this is like, when they were speaking about Coco, I was like, oh my gosh, like, Coco is so beautiful. What it's done for Ghana, it's really put Ghana on the map. We're known in Asian countries. It's built schools, hospitals, it's given people jobs. Like, women are also farmers. Like, it's given us a sense of identity. Right. And we learned that all from the past. So I just thought, when we did the our talent, it just reminded me of how beautiful Ghana is and like what we are represented for. So that was my favorite part because it really touched me. I was like, oh, this is us. This is fantastic. So yeah, it was the drama. And also I was going to say my speech, and that's because of like my mum.
Right.
And I spoke about my mum and like her chronic pain, and my mum was in the audience, and she didn't tell me, but it was my sister. She goes, my mum was getting teary-eyed when I spoke about her. So I was like, oh, this is really like lovely. Like, this is why I do it. It's also for like seeing my mum in pain, and also like I want to help other people too, because I know how hard it is. So those two were my like favorite.
Amazing. And for you, Shimona, what was your favorite?
It was the talent and the evening wear.
Okay.
Talent because I'd grown up in a creative background,
Right.
and I was doing ballet from the age of 3, 4. So it was something I could tap back into because I'd been out of it for a while.
Right.
And everybody has a hobby, everybody has an escape, and I had forgotten that ballet and dance was my escape.
Right.
So in that moment, everything I felt just came out. So it felt so genuine, so pure. And then to be with the girls, because we were doing video calls, we wrote a full script ourselves as if we were producer and director, to know everything that went into it. And we did it collectively, and we were confident in each other. That was it. And for the evening wear, let me tell you. So I had a vision of what I wanted for my dress, and it didn't come to fruition with the first seamstress. Now, other dresses were designed beautifully. Like, some of the girls' dresses were stunning, but my particular dress, what you asked for, what you got. And the dress itself was nice, and the dress was actually worn on the night, but it wasn't what I wanted. So that took me back from my vision and what I wanted to execute, because I was like, I've got my vision, I've been planning, and I'm very structured with everything I do. I want to write it down, I want to know what's happening. So that threw me off.
Okay.
So big up Torella Designs, because that girl made my dress in 2 days.
Okay.
2 days to the show, I came to tell Auntie Mavis I'd have a dress. So what do you mean? what do you mean? Torella, she spam the block for me.
Right.
And she made my dress in 2 days. And in my dress, I had a little secret weapon. When I whipped that cape, the Ghana flag was present.
Wow.
So you had to have an evening dress, but something symbolic, and kente. So I had kente on it, but I said, let me go the extra mile. Let me just know
the flag.
and put the flag.
Not the flag, it was the map.
It was the shape of Ghana, the map, but the actual flag.
Right.
And then on it, it had the cocoa palm trees that nobody noticed, but that detail was for me. It was for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that I was so excited to execute that one. I whipped that one.
Even though you're talking about
I
can still feel the
Even my friends were like, Shamona's dress? Where should it feel? I was like, yeah, that was a good one.
Do you know what? You need to send me a picture of the dress so we can put it in the edit so everybody can see what this dress looks like.
Yeah.
We need a picture of the dress and when you whipped your secret weapon.
Yeah, no one will get that footage for you.
Yeah.
I'll send it now.
Please, it's needed. It's needed. Okay, let's talk a little bit about culture and identity. So, in fact, wait, before we go there, what was your favourite part of the show? Because, I mean, you see it every year. You see all the talents, the evening wears and stuff. What was your favourite part? Does it change
You
yearly?
know, for me, even though I was there, I tend to miss a lot of the show because I'm
Running around.
Yeah. But because I'd seen their traditional wear, I was excited.
Okay.
And when they tried it on, because it was made in Ghana, and flown to London.
Okay.
The designer.
You lot
It
have
was
money.
sponsored by Jesus.
Okay.
And Kofi sold it, and then he brought it to London. I think the last rehearsal we had, so they had the opportunity to try it on. And when I was like, okay. Majority, I was like, oh, Kofi. Yeah. There's a couple that I wasn't too sure, but it's what they chose. We don't have control of what they want.
Okay.
So they have they liaise with him and
Do their designs.
So it was a surprise to me as much as he even made me a dress. I was really so. But I didn't get to wear it.
Oh, mad.
But it's there. When the right time comes. Maybe independent. But that was exciting for me. But I think when I went back and I saw the talent, it actually brought tears to my eyes, because I was thinking some of the people that I thought were a bit shy, the way they came out in the talent.
Right.
And, I think the talent, if I'd seen it live, probably would have been my favourite. When I've seen it, it definitely was, because I saw the growth in each individual.
I love that.
And how they came together as a group, the 3 sets of groups, and really made it live. And let me tell you something. So we were working with the Ghana Cocoa Marketing Board.
Right.
And we invited them. And the director, he doesn't come out.
Yeah.
After the show, he said to me, Mavis, when I go out, I leave by 11. But I sat there till the end of the show because I was wild, because he had opportunity to meet the girls. We had a visit to his office, round table. They discussed. He did a presentation on the cocoa, past, present, what the future, everything.
Yeah.
So he had opportunity to meet some of them, and then he saw them at the end, and he was like, "Wow." He said, "I stayed." And he was with a friend. He said, "I don't normally stay.
Wow.
I wouldn't. It's not pageants are not something I'll come to and stay." But he stayed till the end, and I think he left there around after the show, and he said, "You know what? I was wild."
Amazing.
And for him, he was waiting for the talent, because that's his field.
Yeah.
So to see what the girls did,
Amazing.
and I think, and when he said that, I knew that we achieved the goal, our purpose.
I love that. Well done, girls. Love that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about culture and identity. So how did your Ghanaian heritage influence, or shape your performance, your mindset, and your storytelling?
I think for me, it was the baseline that we needed. We needed to have that background to be able to execute what we were doing. Without it, we would have been lost.
Okay.
To just learn about it, like within the 12, 13 weeks, wasn't enough. We had to have the backstory to then elaborate on that. So even with like accents, tradition, things that your mother would do, that's what brought the humour to it.
Right.
Because there's something your grandmother would do and you just know that that's just grandmother's behaviour.
Yeah.
And I feel like all Ghanaian mums, they have an unwritten rule
They
book.
went to the same school.
All the same. Yeah,
All of
we
them.
do.
All of them. Yes. They all finished first in their class. Like, they all went to the same school. I
Yeah.
swear.
To even things like, oh, mum, where should I put it? It's on my
My
head.
head.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all of them. All of them. So definitely we were able to pick up elements that from our household, things that we'd learned,
Right.
past, and then bring it together to shape what it was that we were delivering to ensure that it was 10-10.
I love that. And for you, Priscilla, what aspect of Ghanaian identity were you the most proud to highlight?
Okay, it might be quite niche, but patience. Sometimes it's to our detriment, but you know how back home in Ghana, when you're ordering something, it could take a very long time, but everyone's just very chill, very patient, very sometimes just
normal for
willing.
them,
Yeah, we
yeah.
just want to let things go and flow. And I think that's quite important during the rehearsals, patient-wise. You have to be patient with yourself. You don't know everything. You can come here, you feel like you're Miss Ghana, but you don't know anything at all. I feel like I've learned so much, and there's always still so much to learn. So that attribute of like a personality of being patient, I think was very, very important for all of us, because we learned so much from each other. We learned so much from the team. It was just like, wow, this is really what's going on. Like, I didn't know how many regions there was. I got asked that question. And I said, wow, there's 16 regions. I just thought, Accra, Kumasi. I don't know.
Just the basics.
Just the basics.
And the Bill Takra.
And it's just like, you have to be patient with yourself, and that's how you're going to move forward anyway. And I think that's like life in general. Be patient with yourself, because you want to do all of this, but sometimes you need to sit back, learn, and then come out. So I think that was very important. That was one of the aspects that I think most Ghanaians do have, is patience, very chill, very open, and very willing to learn.
I love that. And let's go back to Coco for a second. I just want to ask, the theme Coco this year, you focused on highlighting the role that the women played in the cocoa industry. I don't know much about the cocoa industry. So before I come and say you people come for me, I've said I don't know. So you guys that had to do the research in order to present it, just give me a few facts on what the role that women played in the cocoa industry.
55% of the farmers are women.
Wow.
Yeah. And that is, you would assume farmers
Would be men.
Yeah. So it's our grandmothers, our mothers that carry that journey. And that's why it's so important for us to maintain it, because to one day it will be our turn. And if nobody feels it's cool to be a farmer, we're going to lose cocoa. Cocoa is Ghana. Ghana is cocoa as one of our main commodities. So knowing that, I was like, wow, I had no idea. Just stereotypically thought, oh, it's men that are on the farm. Yeah. So,
as you do.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's one.
The second one is I've got two kind of. So the second one is that now we're number 2 in African country, because Ivory Coast, I guess, is number 1, I guess. Côte d'Ivoire. But we are regulated, and we actually have the most make sure that it's clean, because a lot of cocoa farms is just like they put it in, there's like sometimes metal there, there's like debris, different type of things, but Ghana is actually extremely regulated with a whole board. So I was like, oh my gosh, Ghana is really on point with their thing, because I think it's Japan. Japan takes chocolate from Ghana, because Japan are very strict. The cocoa. They're very strict with their food regulations, Japan. Okay. So that just shows you how Ghana is luxurious. Ghana is cocoa, like she said. So I was like, okay, this is something we should be really proud of. And I really hope that we go back to number 1. But, that's what we're here for.
I love
to promote it.
I love that. And now, those that know cocoa has roots, seasons, and then obviously the growth. So in what ways does this metaphor reflect the journey that you've been on with Miss Ghana UK?
All of it is a step-by-step process. So for us, we were planted. When we were planted, that was the audition. That was the beginning of the journey to when we've grown. It's the bond that we then start to form, because we see each other every single Sunday. And
Your
then
sisters at this point.
Exactly. And then I think when it comes to cutting that cocoa open, it's us exploring ourselves. It's us getting to know, and it's us learning. So that's another process to whereby now we're dried. Okay, we've cemented 6 to 7 weeks in. We know what's to come. We know what we're doing. Auntie Mavis, Auntie Priscilla, they are there. They're coaching us. They're being our cheerleaders. And then when it comes to the drying process, where everything has to be luxurious and just premium, it's when they crack the whip.
Okay. So I love that analogy.
When they crack the whip. But in that process, for us in Ghana, we dry it waist length. And we dry it on a mat. So that's where the quality comes in. So as Priscilla said, when you've got other cultures that come in for particularly our cocoa, and we know Asian countries, Japan, they're in 2052 as it is.
So ahead of their time.
We have something that's so precious, so important, so rich in our culture that it's a part of the journey. So every step was every part of growth within that farm.
Amazing. And for you, Mavis, obviously you come from a cocoa background, which I've just found out today. How important is it for you that young Ghanaians in the diaspora understand the significance of cocoa to Ghana's history and economy?
In the diaspora?
Yeah.
I think it's really important. Even though people don't know, it's never too late to learn. I think we've started a journey that people can follow. It's not too late for people to do their own research. What we want is young people to go and find out how can I get involved. It might not be in the cocoa fields, it might not be in the manufacturing, but as we were told, it could be the retail side, because the biggest money being made, the biggest part, the chunk that is money's being made is retail. So young people can find a way to get into the chocolate market. And I'm so happy, because even since the show, I've had about 3-4 people that have contacted me and said, I didn't know there was a Ghana Cocoa Marketing Board in the UK.
I don't know
And
that.
they've been there since 1957.
Girl,
Wow.
it's down the road. It's actually down the road.
But
Wow.
obviously, I knew it was there because I've been in the
Cocoa industry.
in the community rather than the industry. Because the thing with Ghana cocoa is that you can't go and buy it; they can't sell it to anybody.
Yeah.
It has to go through the cocoa board.
That's
And that's
amazing.
one thing that Ghana did, which has sustained where we are today. So every single pod has to go through the Ghana cocoa board. They sell it to these the cocoa
Love
board,
it.
and that's why it's premium. Ghanaian cocoa is premium, and it's premium because of the checks that they do.
Love that.
The women go through it, take out all the junk, and make sure. So, as we were told, once it leaves Ghana, they don't have to double check in the Western world because it's up there. Where other countries, they don't have that trust. So the good thing with us is that they trust us. They know for it to come from on a ship in Accra to get to London or Europe or Americas or Asian countries, it's done the checks.
I love that.
So Ghana is number one when it comes to premium.
That's amazing. All right, all too soon we're coming to the end. But you know what? I know, right? 10,000, you're having fun. Just a few more questions. I think I have about 6 or so questions. So let's talk about, the placement of the show. So how did it feel when you were announced as the first runner-up and the second runner-up? Wait, did you expect that, first of all?
If I didn't appear in that top 3, I would have been having words for myself afterwards, 110%.
Okay.
Because I hadn't given my best, if that was the case.
Okay.
There should have been more that I should have given in the preparation that I was doing. Having the support from everybody, family, friends, external people, I would have felt as though small that I failed them.
Okay.
Because along the journey, you have people vote for you. I don't want the People's Choice Award.
She just about won.
Girl!
You know what it was?
You know what it was?
Still want Miss Personality.
And you can tell
So the
why.
two of them.
Do you know what it was? It started, and then my people, they started too strong. So they let the cat out the bag as to what was going on.
Right.
And then I was like, right, I'm going to church. And then do you know what my mum did?
Tell me.
My beautiful, wonderful mother. She printed our photos, myself and all the girls, and she posted it in every single retailer in Halston that we go to. The meat shop, the hairdressers,
I love it.
the Pax Cosmetics, everybody that she talks to on a friendly level. My picture was there. So when these votes started coming in, I was like, I know my people are voting, and I know I'm putting it out there, but there's some extra distance coming. When I was driving past a guy and collect my meat, I just stopped at the traffic light. I had never typed my mum's number so fast because I knew it was her doing.
Of course.
It had to be. So with that, I would have felt like I did let them down small. So being in that top 3, I was like, top 5, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, let's get to top 3. Is there anything you could have done better? No, it's no time to think about that, because then that changes your facial emotions and you have to keep smiling. You have to keep smiling. So I was like, okay, done top 5. Let's get to top 3. I'm there praying. Everybody's saying their speech. I'm praying.
Yeah.
And then when they announced first runner-up,
I
said, right.
When you thought, okay, there's 4 of us now.
I said,
And I mean,
yeah. So it was a beautiful feeling, but you almost don't recognize it because you've been on that stage for so long and you've been waiting for it. It's almost like a moment like, okay, they've called my name, but have they called my name? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
much is happening.
Yeah. And when you're on that stage and they're waiting for those results, whether it was 2 minutes, it felt like 10 hours waiting. So that first runner-up said, okay, now it's time to work. Because we'd already been told by some of the past contestants, once you win, it's a platform. Once you come first, it's a platform. Once you come second, it's a platform. Do not think it stops there. Oh, don't worry, I understood afterwards. Because we have not stopped since.
That's good.
But it's been like so rewarding.
I love
so rewarding.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Amazing. And for you, Priscilla, what was it like when you heard second runner up and they mentioned your name?
So when we'll go back to top 5. When it said top 5, I said, okay, this one, my speech, it has to pull someone's heartstrings. I even give a little antidote so that you can be like, oh, this one is really nice.
Yeah.
So when they said second run up, because I said number 1, I said, huh? And I was like, wait, I need to walk up, because like she said, like, you kind of dissociate, like you're on the stage, the lights are bright.
Yeah.
And I was like, great, did they actually say Priscilla? So I walked up, and by the way, my corset, the thing was broken. It was ripping into my thing. The heel was like, my foot was doing this. I was like, a lot was going on. I said, oh my gosh, I've never done a pageant before. I haven't spoken to a loud crowd before, and I'm here. Like, it just didn't feel real. Like, I feel so grateful. It's like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And I was like, you know what? This is actually just my way of using this platform. Like, use it well. It doesn't matter if you're third, second, or you're the queen. Use it well, because people still acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Like, people come up to me like, I really liked it when you did. I was like, oh, I didn't realize you noticed me, but okay, thank you. I was like, I liked it when I looked at your page. I did this, I did that. So, like, even this is just to anybody who wants to apply to Miss Ghana. Even if you become third, second, first, use it and use it well, because the opportunities that we've gained after it, like Sharon is saying, we've worked non-stop. Tired, but it's been worth it. Like, the connections that we've got.
Put us in rooms.
Yeah, it's put us in rooms. Like, I wouldn't think, like, if I was to think last year that I'll be doing this today, I'll laugh at you, because what do you mean I'm on a podcast? What do you mean I'm at Her Excellency? What do you mean I'm in a property expo and people are giving me advice about mortgage? Like, a lot has come through, and
That's amazing.
it doesn't mean you have to win, but like, yeah, when that happened, I said, oh my gosh, this is time to work. But I'm very excited, and I'm happy to be here. So yeah,
that's a nice way, because it brings me to a few lessons, and then we'll talk about the future. So for you, Miss First Runner Up, Efia Shimona, what has been one lesson or experience from this journey that you'll carry with you forever?
One lesson. There's actually a few, but
Okay,
I would
go on.
say
Give me your top 3. Go on.
no, I give you this one.
Okay.
I don't know what term to use, but whenever you go into something, be a blank canvas. And I say that because everybody else's experiences and their knowledge will make you wiser, because it's different. You will have previous knowledge, prior knowledge, and what you think, but the understanding that you gain from others and what you learn is so much more. And you have to be a blank canvas to be able to absorb that. If not, you miss out. You miss the train on those journeys and being able to achieve more and listen. Because when you're going to meet the cocoa marketing executives and all of these people, it's also the eloquence that is carried, and you only learn these things if you listen.
I love that. And for you, Priscilla, how has participating in Miss Ghana UK helped you to grow personally, professionally, and culturally?
okay, professionally, it's really taught me how to speak and how to hold conversation with anybody.
Love that.
I think it's such an important skill. I think not to rubbish anyone in the younger generation, but a lot of us are really into social media, and I think a lot of us lack conversations because everything is on the phone. So we just message, we DM, we do this, but people forget that these are real people in real life. You need to know how to speak to them. So I think what has helped me is that it's made me allow me to speak to any type of person. That is someone who could be in parliament, an elderly woman, someone who's younger than me, and I think that's such a great skill because it takes you so far. Like Shimon was saying, you can learn from anybody. So I think that's what has really, like, I've learned from Miss Ghana UK, and I'm so grateful for it because this is only one more small step into what the future plans will be. So I think everyone should just learn and take that into account because you feel like you know everything, but you don't. So that was something really important.
And culturally, for both of you, actually, what have you learned?
Our culture is rich and it is important to preserve it.
Yeah.
Because we need to keep things up. And part of my initiative is being able to get the diaspora and those that can understand the language of Tree Garanewe to speak it back to their parents. Because
All right. Go on. Very passionate.
Well, because
Look at your camera and tell them.
Auntie Mavis even knows she's guilty of this one. We were taught to understand the culture, but we were allowed to reply in English. Right. So now when we speak, we sound like brothel, and they laugh at us. And we can say 1-2 words, we can ask for things, but holding that conversation is difficult. Now, if I have children and they don't adapt the language, it's going to get lost further and further down the line. So our language preserves our culture and our heritage. And I think that is one of the most important things. Again, cocoa, gold, kente, all of these different aspects and areas is what Ghana is.
Love that.
And it's just knowing that, preserving that, and reminding everybody else how rich we are in Ghana. Not just Dirty December, we are rich.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Anything you wanted to add to that, Priscilla?
Basically the same, definitely preserving it. And I think we should have more of an interest in learning more about Ghana. I think when you're in the UK or you're born here, it's just like, yeah, I'm from Ghana, that's it. But go back to your roots. Why was Ghana even called Ghana? It wasn't called Ghana before, it was the Gold Coast.
Yep.
Did you know that? Maybe you didn't. So I think that's something you need to know. Even, I'm ashamed to say, what's the colour of the flags mean?
Yep.
You need to know that. It's
Everyone come and tell you. It means blood, sweat, and tears. But there's more to it than blood, sweat, and tears.
The flag changed before it was the actual flag that it was now. So
like, I think we should really tap into it because it's so beautiful and no one should be ashamed to be in Ghanaian. Like, there's so much culture and you're forever learning. Like, there's nothing that you won't not learn. So I'd really hone onto like learn about your culture. So when anyone comes up to you, you know what to say and you know why you're so proud to be from Ghana.
Lovely. And for you, Auntie Mavis, Miss Mavis, 2 questions. First one is, how do you balance everything that you're doing? You're a mother, you're an auntie, you're a sister, you're a CEO, you're working with Miss Ghana, you're CEO of Miss Ghana, but you also have your own business that you're doing. So how do you balance your personal life with all the demands of running long-standing events and your business?
I think one thing I'm very good at, I'm disciplined. And sometimes people wonder, because they see me at events, like, you're always out. And I'm like, I'm in bed by 9. And people can vouch for you. One thing I've had since I was young is by 9 o'clock, I'm in bed. Monday to Friday, I'm sleeping. And it's not just I'm in bed, I'm sleeping, but I wake up early as well.
Right.
So when I wake up in the morning, I do catch up. I do things I need to do. You know, I do my admin, I exercise in the morning, and then I log on to work by a certain time as well. So I think my discipline is something I've been fortunate enough to do. So I don't like stress, so I plan.
I love that.
So I plan in advance so that it's not last minute. If I'm coming to you today or I'm doing something, in my head I'm thinking, what am I going to wear? And I always have something ready to do. If I know I'm going to do this next week, I'm already thinking ahead. So I think ahead rather than think on the spot.
Yeah.
To cut out stress, because I don't like stress
At all.
So for me, I think that's one advantage and one positive thing for me, that I'm very disciplined in what I do. Because yes, I've got children. I've got a child doing A levels at the moment. I've got work. I'm still working. Got to pay the bills. It's a charity, so
yeah, true.
So yeah, I think I'm very disciplined.
I love that. And one thing she said, and I want you guys to remember, is Miss Ghana is a charity. When you see her looking good, don't think she's using Miss Ghana money.
Exactly.
Miss Ghana is a charity. She has her own business on the side.
And
Okay,
you know the other thing
thank
for me
you.
with Miss Ghana, and what I like. And we call this the butterfly effect. The fact that you get these ladies come in and they're very raw. You see them as a caterpillar, and at the end of it, they become butterflies.
I mean, Priscilla's
with
now
the cocoa
chatting.
seeds, become the chocolate and the cocoa butter.
Actually, this year, it was a really nice journey because the girls were mature enough to actually understand the journey they're about to go on. So normally where you had to be repeating things and thinking for them and being worried for them, this year I didn't have that.
I love that.
Because I think for the first time we had most of the girls were a bit older as well.
That's
So
really
they were
helps.
mature enough to understand. Already had some of their life journeys already, so they understood the mission. the assignment.
And then my last question before we play a game and sign out is, what advice would you give to somebody that is thinking about signing up for Miss Ghana, but they're not sure whether it's for them, whether they should do it? What advice would you give?
Can I start with that one? Yes. And the reason why I'm starting is because people, they come to Miss Ghana and they think, as Shimona said at the beginning, we're just coming to walk around. And then week 2, reality kicks in. Oh my God, this is not even a joke.
Every Sunday?
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
Because I think the idea of what, and I think sometimes they don't even do the research.
Right.
There's so much knowledge out there about what the pageant's about. And when we do auditions, we ask questions. You're like, do you actually know what Miss Ghana is? Please go on the website and have a little read, kind of thing. But I think the people, majority come in, they have an idea, but some just come in
for vibes.
Very green. They don't have a clue. And they just, the reality kicks in like, I actually have to learn. I actually have to work.
Right.
It's not a joke. And that's one thing I've always, it becomes, you see their faces like, Auntie, this is no joke. And I want people, and also when you go through that journey and you come to the end of it and you're fortunate enough to be humble. Realize that you have now got a platform that you can utilize to do what you want to do, but you have to work with a team. We manage the team. Do you understand? You have to realize that it's like any organization, you're working with a management. So you need to understand that from onset.
I love that. That's good advice. And from you, ladies?
Join. Just get it. Just do it. Priscilla hesitated. She spoke it into the features in 2010. So join, and if you're unsure, message us. We will tell you, we'll give you the raws, we'll give you the insides and outs, because we've been on that journey. And I think for me as well, with other pageants, you have to be setting a particular criteria. And for Miss Ghana, it was come as you are, but come to learn.
Got it.
So that was what put me at ease when joining, and I was like, right, okay, this is the mission, this is what I want to do. I've got the comfortability here because I can be myself.
Right.
Learning and doing certain things, but I can be myself in that. So definitely join. Do your research, but there are loads of us. It's been going for 33 years. There's loads of us. You can go to one or the other
and find out,
to get some information and find out. And
I love that.
If you do join, and enjoy it, because the day goes so fast. And once you've done it, you're not allowed to do it again.
Well, can't come back for the crown, but at least you still got your title.
But we've got some of the ladies that come to some of the events with us, and they're a part of the foundation. So they are the royals. So even though they may not be in a placement, they're still able to do the projects with us, come along the journeys, and be a part of it all. So 100%.
That's amazing.
We're a family.
I love that.
So we always have people. We've got a foundation, and we have initiatives here, and in Ghana as well. So right now we're trying to raise £25,000 to build an IT lab for a school in Kumasi.
Amazing.
So that's our journey. This is what the girls are coming to do.
Amazing.
They're going to be organising a gala.
Nice. Invite me. Just putting it out there. No. Just invite me. You're not going to invite me before I ask.
No, I'm going to invite you, but also send you the ticket prices.
Money not be I love that. And lastly, what is next for Miss Ghana as a pageant, and what is next for you ladies? What's next?
Work. What
you gonna do with your platform? Talk to me.
What do I need to do? So one of my initiatives is obviously it's health. So I would love to do an event about women's health where they also feel like they can be open and start, like, I want it to be like an open discussion. Also, I want to give them advice on who they can talk to and where they can talk to, because a lot of people don't know who to speak to in the first place. And another thing is reading. Bring back reading. I think
agreed.
I love reading, but I think there's such a decline in reading. I think, again, we're stuck to our phones. And I am also, I put my hands up, me too. But especially, I think it's very important to bring that back up in schools. I just remember being back in school and reading was so fun. Like, we couldn't wait for reading time, but it feels like there's a lack of it. So if someone sees like my face or a young face and like she enjoys reading and books are actually fun, I would love to implement that in primary schools, and even when we go back to Ghana, I love to give books back in Ghana, because books are very expensive. It's £9 to us, but back home it's like very expensive. So if I could give books back home and also make sure reading is very, like, we don't lose that recipe in schools. So that's one of my things, and other things, but we're getting there. Yeah, journey. Those are my two main ones.
And for you, Shimona?
For me, it's getting the diaspora to learn our language. That cultural preservation is number one and key for me. So I'm looking at avenues and exploring, because there are tutors and there are apps, but I need something that sticks. I need something that will go on for generations. So that's what I'm looking into and trying to produce now. And then also the empowerment of women. So I travel a lot because that's sort of my escape when I've got a lot going on, and I'm like, this is a wind-down time. I need to recharge so that I can give more of me back. Yeah. But I also want a space for women to feel empowered and to be comfortable. Like, the greatest crown you can wear is confidence and strength, and women have that, and we play it down into how much we actually have it. So setting up workshops, and again, I've got friends that are all over, whether they're in fitness, whether they're in health, that can come together as a community to create that bond and that platform. So yeah, between the classes and building that women empowerment forum, I will be doing that as an individual, and then we've got many projects with Miss Ghana UK.
I'm excited for that. What's next for the pageant? What's happening next?
So as I said, one of our main things for this year, for next year, is about the fundraising, but also it doesn't stop. As long as we're working, we've got projects that we're going to start working on. It's just been so busy since the show. We haven't had a minute to rest.
I can imagine.
Even to sit down as a collective and say, right, this is your expectations. We just haven't had the opportunity yet. Normally we have the show in September, so we get everything out of the way. Then October, November comes and it's busy, but we haven't had the opportunity yet. But for me, obviously we need to think about the show for 2026 and then also think about initiatives here. So luckily, I'm going to give a lot of responsibilities to the girls to get things prepared and execute it.
That
so
sounds
we
great.
can then focus.
Get ready to
giving you the platform. Now take it and use it.
Amazing. All right. Well, that wraps us up. But before you go, we have to play a game. So quickly, we're going to play a game. It's called This or That, right? So I'll just put two options there. You pick one. And then after we play the game, I'm going to ask you our last and final. I'll start a sentence, then you'll finish it for me. So everyone will have, I start the sentence, you finish. I'll give everyone. Okay. And then the last and final thing I ask, TWN sign off, is what season of your life are you in? So as we're playing the game, just be thinking about it, because that's the last question.
I'm in the final quarter.
No. Okay. Are you ready, ladies?
Yeah.
So just say into the mic, traditional Ghanaian wear or an evening gown?
Combination of two.
You have to pick one.
Traditional Ghanaian for me.
Traditional.
Public speaking or talent segment?
Public speaking.
Yeah, public speaking.
Talent segment.
Ghanaian food or intercontinental?
Ghanaian food.
Sunrise meditation or evening reflection?
Sunrise meditation.
Okay. Traditional dancing or modern dancing?
Traditional dancing.
Brings you to modern.
Okay. Early morning rehearsals or late night prep?
Early morning.
Early morning. Do you have the rest of your day?
Early morning.
Okay. Cultural storytelling or fashion show runway?
Cultural storytelling.
Fashion show runway that you can tell a story.
Hip life and high life or Afrobeats?
Hip life. That's like everything starting. Yeah.
Current. That's
has to be R&B.
That's something crazy. Okay, last one. Solo performance or group performances?
It depends.
Group
combination.
Yeah, combination.
Okay, you said group.
And do you know I said group? Because I can do extra without being the one that is solely looking at that pressure when they're just looking at you one on the stage.
Yeah, I hate it.
That does ginger. But if you're in a group,
you can hide.
You feel like you can hide, but you're actually performing better because they're not just looking at you per se.
Makes
but
sense.
they're looking at you because you're doing the extra.
Okay, so finish the sentence for me, and everyone's going to get a different sentence. So, Effie, I'll start with you. One thing I've learned
is to...
Yeah, you told me.
To keep learning.
Yes.
That's
keep
no,
learning.
you got help.
I'll give her another one.
One thing I've learned is to be patient.
Okay. Priscilla, for you, the most important thing to me right now is
enjoying the season of life.
Okay. And for you, Miss Mavis, the older I get, the more I understand
that patience is a virtue.
Okay. And then lastly, ladies, before we sign off of today's show, guys, I even forgot to say at the beginning, today's show is sponsored by Soapbox Studios, guys. Soapbox Studios are hosting us today. So, guys, please make sure you book them. You can find them on all social media platforms at Soapbox. That's box with 2X. On Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Make sure you follow them. www.soapboxwith2x.com. And you can book them for reasonable prices, because some of the prices I've been seeing and Soapbox prices, I don't know, I might just have to move over. I'm just saying. But anyways, ladies, last question. What season of your life are you in? I always start with you, so I'm going to start here.
What season?
What season of your life are you in? We've had different people come on. Some will say trust, some will say patience, perseverance. What season of your life are you in?
I think it's ownership.
Okay. I like that. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet.
Me.
That's a good one. Priscilla?
Laying down the foundations for my future.
Okay, love that. And for you, Afia?
I would say setting my legacy.
Ooh. Okay, ladies. I see they teach you how to eloquently speak and what's the word? Articulate, and just be combining all the big English and be saying stuff. No, but I love it. I love how you guys have come off the show. I mean, you've come off the show top 3. You have plans. So what you're basically saying is that we're going to keep seeing you consistently because you're doing stuff. And I love that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of this amazing series, amazing season. Like I said, I sat down today in Soapbox Studios. Shout out to Soapbox Studios for sponsoring today's episode, and I have had such an amazing time. Listen, their chairs are comfortable, like they were treating us like royalty, offering us water and stuff. Like, it's just been amazing. But I've been here with the ladies from the Miss Ghana UK Pageant and Foundation and team and board. And before we let you ladies go, how do people get in contact with you? So just put your social media out there so people can contact. Reasonable request, please.
Yes, please.
But yeah.
You can find me on Instagram or what is my Instagram? At Efia Shimona. On
spell
TikTok.
it for them just in case, because you know there's different spellings of Efia.
Yeah, EFIASHEMONA on TikTok and Instagram.
Lovely.
You can find me on Instagram at SillsXO, so that's CILLSXO, and my TikTok is Silla1.2, so CILLA1.2. I don't know why I changed both. Find me on there.
And we are on Miss Ghana UK, official Miss Ghana UK on Insta, the same on Snapchat and the other one, TikTok. But for any bookings or appearances, email us, go into our social media pages or our website or admin at Miss Ghana UK. So if you want to book this wonderful girls, email Miss Ghana UK or go on our website and do the booking.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all too soon we've come to the end of our show. I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as we have. And until next time, it's your girl Noelle, Francesca signing out. See you soon. Thank you and enjoy your Christmas, guys. Bye. Shout out to Soapbox Studios.
Just sweet Noelle. Just sweet Noelle. Just sweet Noelle. Just sweet Noelle. Yeah.